The drums of celebration still echoed in Ilupeju. Women were dancing in the moonlight. Children ran around the stick, pretending to fight invincible enemies. And the men drank palm wine in groups, telling the story of how Osoro defeated Ifagbemi. But in the shadow, unseen by the eyes of men, a dark spirit was watching. It was Osoro. He had not forgotten the insults. The king and his people had turned their back on him after he had risked his life to save them. The promise they made to him was broken, and now he had returned to collect a different reward. That night, the royal palace slept in peace. The queen lay on a soft bed, breathing gently in her sleep. A faint wind blew through the opening windows, carrying with it the smell of a burnt leaf. Her eyes lid fluttered, and a shadow stood by her. It was Osoro, his eyes glowing like two small fires. He removed his hand in a slow circle, chanting in a deep, strange voice. Her soul has been snatched. Her body lay still and lifeless, her eyes wide open, staring into nothing. Without a sound, Osoro vanished. That same night, in another room, Prince Aderopo's young bride-to-be, Adenuola, was dreaming of their wedding day. The scent of fresh flowers filled her up, and the laughter of her friends echoed in her mind. But then the laughter stopped. The heart became cold. The world seemed to shrink. Osoro stepped into the room without opening the door. He stretched out his staff, and before Adenuola could scream, a soul floated out of her mouth and into his palm. Her body collapsed, cold as stone. Osoro vanished. Immediately, Osoro appeared before the king in his private chambers, holding the two souls in a glowing calabash. More will follow, he said, his voice like thunder far away. You will learn what it means to betray Osoro. Before the king could speak, Osoro disappeared into smoke and vanished. The next morning, Ilupeju was silent. No one danced, no one sang. They mourned in fear, not knowing who would be next. By evening, the villagers heard screams from the farmland. They rushed there and saw Osoro standing in the middle of the yam field with a sweep of his hands. Fire poured from his palm like water from a calabash, burning the crops. Smoke and ashes filled the air as villagers wailed. One by one, more people collapsed in the streets, their souls snatched away before their loved ones' eyes. Desperate Iyamura Nikeji remembered the promise made long ago. The goddess of the sacred river had told her, when your strength fails and darkness covers your people, call on me. That night she went to the riverbank, knelt and poured liberation. Oh, great mother of the water, your child calls. She said, the enemy is strong and my people are dying. The river bubbled and glowed. From the river rose a tall shining woman with skin like moonlight and hair flowing like wave, the goddess herself. The only way to defeat Osoro, the goddess said, is to offer the life of Prince Aderopo. His blood will open the way for my power to enter your land. Iyamura Nikeji's heart grew heavy. She returned to the palace and told the king and the elders. The king's voice shook. Must it be my son? It is the only way, Iyamura Nikeji answered. Prince Aderopo, hearing everything, stepped forward. If my life will save my people, then let it be so. At dawn, Iyamura Nikeji, the king and the prince Aderopo stood by the sacred river. The goddess voice rose from the water. At this moment, whoever jumps the water will be taken as sacrifice. Prince Aderopo prepared himself, but before he could move, the king stepped forward with tears in his eyes. He said, my son, the people still need you. I am old, let me go. And without wasting any more time or waiting for a reply, the king leaped into the water. The river swallowed him immediately. The water glowed and the goddess' blessing fell upon Prince Aderopo like sunlight. And so Prince Aderopo has been fortified with the power of the goddess. That same night, Osoro came again. His staff raised to snatch Aderopo's soul, but this time Aderopo stood tall, his eyes shining in powers from the goddess. Osoro laughed. You cannot stop me. Prince Aderopo began to chant chant in an ancient tongue. A wide wind of light surrounded him, and with one final cry, he cried out and grabbed Osoro's chest. The air shook. Osoro screams as his soul was pulled out from his body, twisting and fading into dust. And so, Prince Aderopu defeated Osoro with the charm and power of the river goddess. When dawn broke, the people came out to see the field green again, the sick rising from their mats, and the queen and Princess Adenuola walking with confused smile. They had been saved.